The worst cottonmouth ever. Ugh. Doing the Versa Climber. No PR, but pretty good. This whole weekend I've been kind of tired, so I took it easy. But I had great workouts, nonetheless. On Friday I got that long trapeze lâché. Balance was good, and what else? Oh, the Mac Daddy of them all, the ring, slow and steady ring muscle up. I was dying in that last like 3 minutes, so I told myself as a treat I'd open the door, get some fresh air. I'm probably gonna down this entire bottle. Anyway, conditioning work tonight. My forearms were really tired last night, so I didn't push it. And I'll just do some grip stuff. And oh yeah, like I said, conditioning. And I'm gonna try to goose the arm trainer up to 105 or 110. Anyway, so contrary to popular belief, I don't have a set written plan for my programming or my training plan, and but what I do have is a loose framework in my head of what I need to get accomplished in the time I have to accomplish it. When I mean that time I have, it means from that day I'm working out to what my goal is, my next goal. And when I mean goal, like a race or American Ninja Warrior or something. And this is part of, I did a TikTok on the process. Trusting the process, but you gotta have a process to trust in the first place. And most people don't. They just think when they hear the phrase or throw around the phrase, trust the process, they're just basically saying what will happen, let fate take its course. Because I see what their results are, months later on social media, and whatever process they were trusting didn't seem to get them anywhere. So I have a process, and maybe I'll share at least how I come about to get that process, because it's different for everyone. But part of my process is to listen to my body and make the adjustments necessary. So I don't necessarily write down what I need to do on, say, February 7th, 2023, because I know on roughly March 15th of 2023, I need to be X, Y, and Z type strong or have this kind of conditioning. And what do I have now from February 7th to March 15th to get there? Accounting for life, stress, exhaustion, feeling great, all kinds of stuff. So trust the process, but have a process to trust to begin with. Okay, so the next thing I want to show is an adaptation of something I saw on Inertia Waves commercial on, I guess, Facebook. But it was an MMA fighter or boxer, and he was working on coordination using the inertia wave. So in the video, what you're going to see, okay, and then go back. When I saw it, the guy was incredibly graceful, like a boxer would be. And what he was doing is he was shaking, for lack of a better term, the inertia wave cord vertically, but he was jumping laterally as someone was slapboxing him, basically. His partner was basically giving him a cue by touching his arm, and when the guy would respond by jumping laterally, but at the same time, at least in the video, it looks like he's shaking the cord vertically. So what's happening is your brain is doing one thing, moving one arm up and down while your body is jumping side to side. Sounds kind of easy, doesn't it? And also when you watch him, it's very graceful, but it's not. It's incredibly difficult because your body is doing two things. You're walking and chewing gum at the same time. it was very tricky. I tried this, I guess, yesterday. It was very, very tricky to get the timing right. And I'm curious to see how I'm faring tonight with it. Because the one thing I've learned about trying to learn a skill, or any habit for that matter, you got to keep on doing it. You don't have to go full steam every time, but in order to burn that information into your synapses, you got to practice. So that's what I'm going to do in the next clip. Okay, so I'm actually using a mic, wireless mic. Let's see how this works. So what I'm doing is shaking the cord vertically, maintaining tension with one arm, and I'm going to jump. See, the problem is when you lose your rhythm, you want to naturally either speed up your feet or this starts to go this way. So the trick here is to maintain the vertical while doing the lateral jumps. First few times better. Actually, it felt pretty good. Immediately doing the left. It's hard. Okay, the reason why I'm working on that is when you get older, you lose coordination, you lose balance, you lose strength, you basically lose everything. So coordination, balance is something you can continue to work on. You're going to get some degradation as you get older. Same thing with muscle mass, everything. But you got to work on it. And this is the weird thing that I found as getting older. So this is the surprising thing that no one's ever talked about. At least in my case, I noticed my coordination reflex has actually improved after I turned 36. I mean, I can remember when I was just younger that shit would fall and I couldn't catch it. Not that it was so bad. I was like near catches, but I have decent reflexes. I was I'm a road bike racer. And I thought my reflexes were fine for a 27-year-old or whatever it was. But man, I noticed when I hit 36, stuff would fall out of the medicine cabinet, and I'd be able to grab it way before it ever hit the sink. So my point of doing this coordination exercise, as much as it is a full body exercise, an aerobic exercise because you get really winded, it's more importantly it's a coordination exercise. I'm working on two different parts of my brain, not technically, but I'm asking my brain to do two things in rhythm at the same time, which is very, 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 very difficult to do. And a lot of this ninja stuff, you're doing multiple things on different planes at the same time in order to get from A to B to C to D or whatever. So that's why I'm working on it. You gotta keep firing those neurons. Don't accept when you get older that coordination's gone. That's not true. It's true, but it's not as bad as you think it is. And you can work on it, and you can work on your balance. Jesus, my balance is so much better now when it was already good to begin with. Anyway, back to the. All right, so post dinner. This is something I haven't tried with bumper plates. I've done this with my steel plates, but they had handles. So what I'm going to practice here is pinch gripping these plates with no chalk and hopefully lifting them over my head and then standing on one foot. Actually not that bad. And ta-da! And bring it down. This is Dr. Joel Seidman. Not bad. Okay, so that plate press was pretty damn cool. I wasn't expecting to do the pressing part. I was expecting just to kind of hold it up and stand on one leg, maybe. I was actually surprised that plates went up as easy as they did, but more importantly, didn't want to roll. So that was good. Pinch grip. So kind of combining a bunch of some ninja stuff and stability and mobility work. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And Anyway.
Okay, something I haven't done in a while, but it's a great exercise and it's good shoulder mobility work, is to lay on your stomach. Hopefully you can see this. Get further enough away, and let me tilt it down a little bit more. And what you're going to do is kind of get your arms in a 90 degree position. But this is working on your rear delts and their mobility. This doesn't seem like much of a range of motion, but that's the problem. Most people don't have enough of this external rotation. And to hold it like this is a bear. I mean, my hands are really only like 5 inches off the ground, or my elbows, I should say. But yeah, it's great to work on that. And then these kind of rotations. Same thing when you go up and pull it back. That external rotation, working the back parts of your shoulder. It's probably the weakest part of most people. And then the version I was doing laying on the ground was retracting your scapula. Anyway, good stuff to work on. And trying to maintain good shoulder health, which is the Achilles heel of anyone who lifts their arm over their head. Okay, here's another good one that I saw. What you want to do is take one of these smaller bands, these mini bands I guess they call them, and kind of lock your elbows to your side. So your elbows are in a fixed position, and what you're going to want to do is rotate, externally rotate your palm, the backs of your hands outward. See if you can see. And it's kind of working the external rotation of your scapulas. Not scapulas, your shoulder. And I think a lot of people lack the strength, this kind of rotational strength. So I guess you could do the same thing, anchoring it with the band and trying to pull away. Again, when you work on one particular plane, you lose strength and mobility in these other planes, and the imbalances happen, and that's where the injuries start to happen. News you can use.